Hey people, what's going on? This is your old pal CHH here today. Today we're ending the year with Arrow with a new title. We're talking about The Warriors. So yeah, super excited about this, guys. This is the new Warriors 4K release from Arrow Video. This is a thicken. It's also from Paramount too, so it's nice to see Paramount doing business with Arrow. Because I know it's interesting. We just heard about that possible merger with Time Warner Brothers and Paramount. So we'll see what happens with that. But regardless, we're looking at this today. This is a hell of a release from Arrow Video. Arrow has had a fantastic year this year. There's no doubt about it. And this release of the Warriors is proof that they are probably this was their year. Above anything else, I would say that Arrow Video owned 2023. When you look at stuff like this, they had stuff like Witness, Carlito's Way, Hellraiser, Psycho. They just did a bang-up job. They did a fantastic job, as a matter of fact. So happy about that. The Warriors, man, this is one of those movies. Now, without trying to sound silly, because obviously I was not old enough to even been around at that point, but I feel, somebody that's alive can tell me this, but I feel like if you want to look at a movie that really represents the culture in the late 70s, I feel like The Warriors is probably like the best example of a movie to do that. Something about this movie, I feel like it personifies 1979 to a T. Really love this movie. It's a very mixed shade of gray type of film. Kind of makes you think, kind of makes you question stuff. It's interesting, The Warriors, man. So what I love about this movie is the opening. All these gangs are going to meet up, and there's this one gang leader who's kind of looked at as like the kingpin, because like he is the head honcho of one of the biggest gangs, and all these gangs and affiliate gangs meet up, and basically they have this conversation where they're all listening to this leader talk, and he's like, listen, we outnumber the cops, we can run New York, things like that. And all of a sudden guy gets shot and the Warriors get blamed for it. It's because I'm thinking about this. It's like there's so many shades of gray to this movie. That's what makes it so cool. Because in one sense, I'm saying to myself, well, the person who shot him stopped the guy from doing a complete overrun of the cops. But then he blames, the Warriors who were just there. They weren't doing anything wrong. So it's a great film. It makes you think. It's a very entertaining movie. The soundtrack is great. Desmond Child did some songs on here. If you don't know who Desmond Child is he's produced a lot of great records. Slippery When Wet with Bon Jovi. He did Alice Cooper's Trash, which I think is his best work he ever did. Great music on The Warriors. I love it to death. The soundtrack for this movie. Love the title, The Warriors. Just a great movie. It's like it's definitely like an action style film, but there's also a lot of drama, and there's some really, really great characters in here. There's one gang, I forget the name of them, like the Sports Furies or something, where all of a sudden the Warriors they're obviously evading the cops because the word's out that the Warriors are the guys that killed this kingpin guy. And there's a scene where they run into like this baseball cult, and these guys are dressed in baseball outfits, but they have their faces painted like creepy looking clownish things, and they all have baseball bats. It's a great scene. It was shocking seeing this movie with the lack of actual firearms in here too. A lot of it was knife or weapon-based stuff, and that's interesting. Obviously I've seen this movie before, but it had been a number of years, and I didn't remember exactly that aspect of it. But yeah, I really, really like the Warriors. Great, the actual group of the Warriors, all of them have these identifiable markers about them, and the outfits, those jackets are so cool. I wish somebody would put out a replica that you could buy. I'd wear one all the time. But a great movie. The director, Walter Hill, is like a master. He's got a number of cult classics, and The Warriors is just one of many. So I really like this film. It's a classic. It's a must-own, and it's a movie that I feel like horror fans kind of adopted as one of their own, interestingly enough. It's obviously not a horror film at all, but when you see horror fans collections and stuff, you either always see the Warriors, they may have a Warriors poster on the wall, and I guarantee you 99% of my audience, which is probably all big horror fans too, are grabbing this because they love the Warriors. So it's one of those things. But with that being said, guys, this release from Arrow is great. Now, I saw some of my friends picked up the storefront version, which is the version you can get from Arrow's website that has different art on it. And I loved it, but I loved this one too. I really did. I really like the Subway one. So the other one's great, but I actually preferred this green Subway one. This was interesting, so check this out. We'll look at the release, but hold on really quick. Picture quality and audio, stellar. Immaculate 4K, looked like it was shot, a couple weeks ago, but really maintains and retains, is the word I'm looking for, retains that incredible authenticity, late 70s factor. Just looked incredible. The picture quality, I'm actually going to give a perfect 10. Literally could not have even a minute gripe about the picture quality. Just perfect. So if you're a fan of the Warriors, this is going to be the absolute definitive release of the film. Obviously, I got the 4K version, but you can get a Blu-ray version of this. But let's look at this release real quick, guys, and we'll look at the specs on the back. What's interesting is this actually came with like a slip. Nice touch. I like that. So we get a slip on there. And then here is your release for the Warriors. Same art. Back art's cool. You see the other gangs. There's the baseball guy. Looks like we get a poster. It's got the art for the release that I have, or art style for the release I have. And here's if you got the store version, it looked like this. That's the store version. So you get your poster, which is nice. You get that book. Man, it's that Arrow video book smell. New York Subway Guide. There you go. Write-ups, the whole kit and caboodle. This is basically a documentary. And then you get your 4K case. Here is the artwork that you get. Here, let me see if I can bring that a little bit closer to you guys. There's the artwork that you get. This was what it's like. There's so much stuff in here. Furies, the Turnbull, Aces, the Boppers, the Lizzies, the Punks, the Riffs, the Warriors, the Rogues. Man, all these are stickers. Electronic Eliminators, the Moon Runners. That's a great one. The Orphans. Nobody likes the Orphans. And then you get the cards. Wow. This is a sensational release. They did so much stuff for this. Wow. The stickers are a real nice touch. Like, that's something I'm happy about. Not pins, but stickers. You get a card in here promoting some website that they have. This Carlito's Way. That's a great release if you haven't gotten that. Carlito's Way. It comes with 2 discs, and I apologize. I have my Blu-ray disc and my 4K disc in the player. Here is disc 2, which is the new cut from 2005 that they did for this. So, like I said, classic film. It's a movie that I think everybody should own and see at least once in their life. Truly just a classic. Super entertaining, great characters, great story. Let's look at the back real quick. As you can see, we have a listing on here. There's so much stuff, it's impossible for me to watch all of this, much less list all of it. But if we look at the back, you can see, like I said, there's a 2-disc 4K Ultra HD limited edition contents. You get the 4K of, obviously, the theatrical cut, but you get the 2005 alternate version of the film from the original camera negative, supervised by Arrow and approved by Walter Hill. Original uncompressed mono track, which I love. You also get 2.0 Dolby Atmos, tons of audio options. There's new commentaries, there's new interviews. Literally days it would take for you to watch all this stuff. So, like I said, here you can look at the back, pause it, but incredible amount of special features. So, guys, the Warriors set is probably the best release, one of the best releases this year, easily. They just killed it. I think this is going to be the most definitive release for this movie ever. I can't imagine wanting to upgrade this again after this. It was done so well. So I'm going to give this release an actual perfect 10. There's literally nothing else you could want. They give you hours and hours of special features. They give you a sensational 4K scan for a sensational film by a sensational director. And this movie belongs like in the Smithsonian, I think, is like one of those movies that really defines an era. The late 70s. So the Warriors, guys, highly recommend this. Like I said, if you're not a 4K person, you can get this as a Blu-ray version as well. You still get all the fixins. and it's a 4K scan and all that, and it's still going to look really good because it's all, brand new restorations. You'll be very happy with it. But if you are a 4K person, make sure you have this. This is definitely a title that's really a must-own, I gotta say. So, sensational release, 10 out of 10, guys. Let me know your thoughts on The Warriors, your history with the film, your favorite character from the film, your favorite gangs from the film besides the Warriors. You better not be the Orphans. Nobody likes the Orphans. Thank you guys for watching. This is your old pal CHH saying pick up The Warriors from Arrow Video. It's truly a flawless release. Flawless. Huge, giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind-the-scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.